All right, I'm on the play here for game one, and my hand looks pretty solid. We got a lot of stuff to do early and a good finisher, so looks good to me.
All right, well, this hand makes me very, very sad because I cut most of the come into play tap lands, but yet they're all in my hand. And if they were not come into play taps...
You have all 5 in your hand, sir?
I do have 5 come into play tap lands and 2 Elvish Mystics.
Oh, that's a snap keep.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to lead off here with Temple of Malice since it comes in tapped. I don't think we want another Temple. It doesn't fit on curve too well. I guess we can go 2-drop on 2 and then 2-drop tap land on 3. But if I draw a Thoughtseize or something, I may want to do that on 3 instead. Maybe I should keep it. But I think I'll just draw into more lands probably. So I'd much rather dig for like Rabble Master or something. So good.
All right, I drew a card. I'm going to scry with this. And I'm going to bottom this additional copy of that 7 mana card and pass the turn. And I'm really hoping to draw an untapped land this next turn.
All right. Well, we will try to ruin Brian's plans with a Brain Maggot.
All right. At least I have some consistency here. So
that is... Oh, man, you got so much stuff. So I feel like I should just take Murderous Cut since he has so many things that... like, redundant copies. Like, he has a Commune and a Satyr Wayfinder. He also has, 2 of these. Like, I could play for the long game and just take Hornet Queen, but there'd be a time where he could cut and then play Hornet Queen. So we'll just take Cut and...
All right, untap land. Yes. All right.
Lucky. So lucky.
I agree. I was quite lucky. Sylvan Caryatid's the play here, so.
All right.
Don't do it.
We did not draw Rabble.
Yes. All right.
We will Sign in Blood, though. I'm going to go to 18.
Anything but Rabble Master was the plan I was on.
All right. Attack.
I will block.
Here we go.
You're not going to Titan Strength?
I don't have Titan Strength, unfortunately. That would be a sweet one to have there, though.
All right, so here I'm going to lead things off with a Satyr Wayfinder.
God! Can't believe you had that.
It was in my hand.
I said had it, not drew it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got so many lands to choose from.
Yeah, I got every land I could ever want. I think I have to... well, I want to respect my life. I'm going to take Windswept Teeth, though. Whatever. I'm just going to get another card in my graveyard. And I'm just going to play another Sylvan Caryatid here.
All right. Well, Brian is getting dangerously close to being able to...
So I'm at 19.
Cast Hornet Queen. I'm just going to move this Murderous Cut over here. And
that's fine.
Kill this.
Actually, like...
seems really clumpy.
You still know these cards, all right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just leave them face up. So.
Okay, cool. All right. Draw for turn. Huh. All right. Well, I guess we'll get the party started.
Getting Ashy over there. Ashy Larry.
I'll start off with Despise and probably going to take your Hornet Queen. Yeah, we'll take Queen. Queen B.
I'm going to take Elvish Mystic.
Rabble Master off the top. That was
Strong.
a good draw. Yeah. Trigger.
Yep.
And we'll battle for just one.
All right.
We don't want to get that Murderous Cut.
I'll eat it with Satyr Wayfinder.
All right, here you go.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's a... I think I lead with Commune here in case I hit like Nyx Weaver or something along those lines. Rats.
We did hit an Elvish Mystic.
Yeah.
That's probably fine.
It's like the same thing, really.
Yeah. I mean, now you're just going to draw a Whip next turn off the top since you missed with your Commune. And then I can't ever win ever again.
All right. Satyr Wayfinder.
Sure. Don't you love it when you play them in reverse and like you miss and it's the most frustrating thing in the whole wide world?
I agree wholeheartedly. All right, fetch down to 18, and if I get Bile Blighted, I get Bile Blighted. You're up.
All right. Well, we don't have Obligate just yet, but we'll see what we get. Draw, and you just have the Sandstep's the last card, and I know
it's the only card in my hand.
Okay.
Really use a See the Unwritten or a Whip or...
Yeah, I mean, you have so many top decks that are live. Like, even a Murderous Cut or something, you can go, like, cut, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Man, this is actually kind of a tough turn, because I really don't want to lose my Goblin Rabble Master. So I don't actually have to attack with it. I think that's actually fair. All right, so we're just going to play Sarkhan for 5.
Yep.
We're going to tick him up, make a Goblin, and then attack with these two.
All right, I'll block the Goblin again.
Okay, you take 4 down to 16.
14. Fetch
2
12.
fetches. Sorry.
Yep.
Right. 14, 18.
Yep.
All right, here you go.
Hornet Queen, baby.
Don't do it.
Not Hornet Queen.
Thank God.
But
But it's a Sea Dry now.
it's not a Sea Drowner. That'd be pretty good. What is the play here?
Why don't you pick it up so they can see, just in case they didn't
Cut.
miss it? No.
I'm just trying to think if I'm supposed to cut the maggot or if I just leave the cut underneath him. I mean, I'm probably just supposed to cut him, I guess. So.
Yeah, I mean, your graveyard is gigantic, so I don't think there's a reason not to just cut both these.
Yeah, so I'll cut your brain maggot.
Okay, and that gets back your other cut.
And then I'll cut your Rabble Master right now so that I can attack Sarkin for 2.
Okay, Sarkin at 3.
And in fact, I'm actually gonna tap one of these and leave one of these.
Sure,
in my
I think that's
graveyard,
fair.
So that so I can block like if you play Rabble Master, but
Yeah.
I still preserve my graveyard in case shenanigans occur.
Okay. Let's see. So it's actually kind of interesting here. I can use Sign of Blood in maybe a few turns to actually just kill Brian. So
True.
I don't really want to cast it this turn. So instead, we're just gonna cast Rabbly Rabs
Sure.
and trigger. Or sorry, activate Sarkin.
Right.
Trigger attack.
All right. I'll block the Goblin with Caryatid, and I go to 10. Yep.
Here you go.
All right. Hornet Queen, baby. Or Whip. Commune with the gods.
That's a good one.
That was a fantastic draw.
No whip. No whip. No whip.
1, 2. All right.
That's good. Yeah, that's actually really good.
Nyx Weaver's not the worst.
4.
Whip.
No.
All right, I'll take the. Let's see. Let me see what I got in my graveyard.
Do you have a big guy?
I don't think I have.
You have a Hornet Queen, because I despised it.
Yeah, I do have a Hornet Queen.
That's really bad.
I'm a mana
Yeah,
short.
you're mana short of being able to cast.
Maybe I take Nyx Weaver. No.
You take the whip, man.
Well, I could take Nyx Weaver and then I could Weaver back the whip. But if you draw a like a Thoughtseize type effect, that's bad for me.
Yeah.
All right, so whip is out here and I can't attack, so I'll just pass the turn.
Okay. Well, luckily we have all these burn spells, so light strike you.
Am I just dead?
Yeah.
Boo.
All right. Untap. Draw. 5. Although you can gain some life off of these, which is actually a little awkward. So trigger Goblin might not actually be dead. I think you are. Alright, whatever. Attack with all these, trigger this.
Okay, well I think I have to block everything here, so let's go block, block, block.
Alright, so you're gonna take 4, gain 2. Oh yeah, so you go to 5, and then I'll strike Sign of Blood you.
Okay. All right, so I had to mulligan my opening hand, and this one is not particularly exciting, but we're going to hopefully draw well off the top.
My hand is a little awkward. We don't have card draw, and but we do have like a couple of really sweet cards, so hopefully we'll get there.
All right, I'm going to start things off with a Scry, and I think I want to keep this just as something to do.
All right, we'll gain a life off Bloodfell Caverns up to 21, and sure go.
All right, I will cast Sylvan Caryatid.
Sure.
You're up.
That was a sweet draw. All right, go.
All right. Nyx Weaver, Elvish Mystic, go.
All right. Well, I don't really want him to fill up his graveyard, so we're gonna Lightning Strike the Weaver. Plus, it also blocks my Rabble Master pretty well. So, Fly Mountain, Rabble, trigger, attack for 1.
19.
Oh, you don't want to block?
Nope. Maybe next time.
Yep. Sure.
Satyr Wayfinder. I want to draw those See the Unwrittens, not mill over them.
Well, now if you just draw into
I'll
the
take
Nyx Weaver, you can get back the Seed Unwritten.
I'll take the Temple. I'll Scry. I do not need another land, so I don't need to draw in a Nyx Weaver. Got it. Go.
All right. Awkward. So, all right. Well, we don't want him to get his thing back if we can help it. So, we're gonna just like force him to block the Rabble Master at some point. So we'll trigger both Rabbles, and then we'll attack with all these guys, trigger this guy.
I mean, I think I have to block here. I don't think I can just sit here and...
Take a Bajillion?
Yeah, because, I mean, next turn, even if I get back to the Unwritten, I still can't cast it, so...
Yep. All right, so you're going to... Let's see. These trade, you take 2.
Yep, 17.
All right, and then I will play my other Bloodfell Cave and go 22.
Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, that was a good draw.
Rats. Is it Rhino time? Or Hornet Queen time? No.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Do I want to fetch the 16? Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Hornet Queen now. Hornet Queen would be nice, but... Let's go Plains, and I will just full cost cut your Rabble Master.
Okie doke.
And, yeah.
Alright, well, we're pretty good at drawing this here Sorin guy, or Sarkin guy, so we're gonna get our beats on with these.
Alright. I probably should have attacked with Elvish Mystic last turn, because I don't think I want to trade yet.
You can do that if you want, that's fine.
Okay.
Like, I was tapped out, so.
Right.
I'm at 21 from the attack last turn, and then you're gonna take
5,
double
11. Yep.
And sure go.
Alright. See the Unwritten Queen, something along those lines. Nope. Attack circle. Go.
Alright. Tick up and tick for 6.
Take 5. Block 1.
Alright, block 1. You're at 6. This is actually a pretty interesting turn here. So I want to potentially do more damage to Brian with this Ash Cloud Phoenix. And we have 6 mana now, so I'm actually going to morph it. And then say go. And that also lets me leave this open, which is nice.
Alright. I drew See the Unwritten.
Oh, God!
So, let's reveal the top 8. Come on, deck.
Did the rest go in your graveyard?
Yep. So that's 6, 7.
Oh, no!
Don't have
Oh,
Bobblade.
man.
You have Bobblade?
No, not yet.
Alright. That actually, wow, we hit Hornet Queen on the last one. At least this is not Summoning Trap.
Yeah.
So I'll get some insects and then you're up after that.
Okay. I will... So Sarkin's indestructible, so I can at least like trim down on his stupid insects for a little while. And I can deal him 2 more damage with the Phoenix next turn if I want to. So I think this might be a little dangerous in case he draws Whip. But I think I just want to go ahead and downfall this. That way I can use my mana more efficiently. So we can also keep attacking with goblins. And if he wants to trade off the elf or these guys, I'm okay with that. So let's draw for turn. Oh yeah, plus if we draw Bobble, we can get rid of these. So all right, Will Temple Scry, look for blights. Don't need a Bloodstained Mire. We can also ultimate Sarkin maybe if we want to get frisky. We can also unmorph this, and then it'll just keep morphing back down, which is kind of cool. So this, and then I will, I guess, unmorph this, deal 2 to both players, 19 to 4.
Yep.
And attack.
Alright, well I have to block these.
Yep. I think you probably have to block, or no, you can just block one of these maybe with the...
Puts me dead to Lightning Strike, but
I think
I'm dead to Phoenix.
You should probably do this. Oh yeah,
No, I'm going to block with just 1, because if I draw a Whip, I want to have 8 mana.
Sure. Okay.
So I'll take 1 down to 3.
Okay, and then Phoenix dies, the tokens dies, but Phoenix comes back as a morph. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to use the cool new morph tokens. Ha! First time I have ever morphed this guy and then unmorphed him. And sure go.
Alright, Whip. Not a Whip. Attack Sarkin for 1.
Down.
Go.
Alright, untap, draw. More land. Great, that's good. Alright. We'll unmorph Phoenix, deal 2 to both.
117.
To come back up to 6 in battle. Actually, there's no reason to attack with the... Yeah, since these both fly, so...
Alright, kill both of those.
Alright, you take 0, get my morph back, and sure go. Brick, 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 brick!
Well...
Should kill this.
Yeah, I'm still dead of that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm dead either way.
Cool.
This card's another queen. I don't know if that would have... That was still dead. Yeah.
All right, so I'll start since mine's not a very big change. Brian has a lot of X1s in his deck that I would like to kill with Chandra. So and also the game seems like they could go pretty long. So Chandra being able to draw cards is pretty sweet as well. Silence the Believers is great against Siege Rhino and I guess also against Nissa, since you're going to make some 4/4s probably. And not a lot of my removal is able to kill those guys. So yeah, bringing in those. Cutting a Lightning Strike because it's not great in this matchup. Most of Brian's creatures don't die to it, or they're irrelevant, like Satyr Wayfinder or whatever. And then 2 Silent Blood on the draw, since I have to have a discard spell to make this really good on the draw. And I think trimming down a little bit is fine. So.
All right, for me, I'm going to cut 4 Nyx Weavers because they just died all his removal spells, and it's hard to get value out of them if they're just not going to stay around. And then I'm cutting a couple of Communes because I am cutting the Nyx Weavers, and I want to morph into more of a mid-rangey deck. So I have Sorin and Nissa and Vileblight. Vileplight's to kill Rabble Master, which is just kind of a huge issue.
Yeah, it's also fine against Maggot too. I can sometimes early on like Maggot one of your better cards, and then Appealed Vileblight or Murderous Cut turns it back on. So.
Yeah, and it's also could be good against Ashcloud Phoenix sometimes too.
Yeah.
All right, this hand is like very slow, but I think it's fine with our post-board plan, so I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, my hand is reasonable. It is, again, also a little slow, but hopefully we can draw a land or two that comes in play untapped, and then we'll be fine. So.
All right, so I think we know exactly what we're looking for. We're not looking to draw lands, and we're looking to draw either acceleration or interaction. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine to lead with the Scry here. And I think that I want to actually keep this card, so we have not seen that card yet this match, so... Hopefully it's pretty good.
Well, we drew not a great one. I'm going to lead here with Temple. If the top card is not a land, I'm almost assuredly putting it on bottom. So, what is a land? So that's good. We'll keep it. Here we go.
All right. I'm going to just play another tap land and pass back.
All right. Since Brian has access to all his colors, we don't really care too much about giving him access to extra black mana. And I think it's better to do this turn, Brain Maggot, over a coming to play tap land, so we'll just do this.
All right, I have Sorin, Rhino, See the Unwritten, Vileblight, and 2 Caves of Koilos.
I guess I just take Vileblight and make it so that you have to draw another removal spell to unlock it. I think that's almost always the case with Brain Maggot, so yeah, I'm going to write down, but go ahead and...
I'll just leave it face up.
Okay, so we got...
All right, well, I do that, so...
Sure.
Go.
Rhino, See... Sorin, land.
All right, so if he doesn't kill Rhino or doesn't Thoughtseize it away, I can see for putting 2 creatures in play, which could be pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right, well, we will despise the Rhino, I think. Maybe that's worse than hitting Sorin.
Which one of these do you despise more?
I don't know.
I don't despise either, actually. These are 2 of my favorite cards from the set.
Actually, maybe I don't do that this turn. So... I know Brian's hand, and I know that he's probably just going to land Rhino next turn, and especially if he draws another land. That way he can go for the See the Unwritten for 2 guys. What I want to do this turn, actually, is Sign in Blood, tap land. Or if I Sign in Blood and draw an untapped land, I can despise this turn as well. But right now, my next land drop comes into play tapped, so that's a little awkward. It's a concession all about curve, and I don't really know what I want to do. The Sorin could get out of control, but I think I'm okay fighting off the Sorin for a little while. It's not nearly as impactful as the Rhino, I don't think. And it turns off his CD Unwritten, so I think I just play it safe. Despise the Rhino, gain a life off of this, go up to 21, and pass turn.
Alright, so I drew this card, which is probably okay, but not strong. And I'm just going to cast this Sorin, and I have to decide what I want to do with it. So, if he has Ashcloud Phoenix, plusing, like, I would love to +2 ultimate. That would be just sweet. But if he has something like Ashcloud Phoenix, he can really keep me from doing that most likely.
Or Downfall, or, you know.
Yeah, or Downfall or something else, yeah. So I think that I have to just make a Vampire here, even though I'd much rather
I think
try to +2 ultimate.
Perfectly fine. All right, draw. Plus, the ultimate is not even that great against, like, my...
Ashcloud Phoenix?
Ashcloud Phoenix and Sarkin, like, both dodge it pretty well. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, we drew this. We have the option to this or Sign in Blood, and I can Sign in Blood into another land and still do this. And this is not a big concern. If he wants to just make another vampire next turn, I'm fine with that. I can draw Blight or just grind it out. So we're going to Sign Blood myself down to 19.
Okay.
Plus, if I draw Thoughtseize, I want to take care of that CD Unwritten. So, all right, we will gain a life and go to 20.
Yep.
And pass. So my lands coming to play tap this game have been a little rough on me, but I think we're going to be okay, but I'm not positive. That CD Unwritten could be literally anything.
All right, well, we don't have a land, so I will cast a land proxy in Satyr Wayfinder. Dang it, if I draw on the land... Oh, wow, that was just the actual worst.
Oh, I love you, Satyr Wayfinder. You make my opponent so unhappy.
That was so bad. I wanted to draw all those cards. I'll play a Mystic. I'll plus Sorin and hit you for 3.
All right, I go to 17, you go to 23?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, draw.
Sarkin.
I think that's the best, because you can't kill Sarkin next turn, but you can see the Unwritten, so I kind of want to keep you off of that, but I don't know. This is actually pretty tough. I think this is probably just better, though.
Okay.
All right, so we will tick up. Now attack and kill Sword.
He's dead.
And sure go. Let's see what is written.
Draw. That was a good draw.
Frightening.
All right, let's see the unwritten.
Okay.
Top 8. 1, 2.
There she is. Queen bee.
Yep. Hornet Queen's just the card here. Gets 4 of the finest insects this side of the Mississippi. We didn't even miss out on not having Ferocity, because I guess Satyr Wayfinder was the only other card. Not the most exciting. And I'll send 3 damage at Starkin.
Alright.
Is it worth shipping me back that Bile Blight?
Don't think so. Alright, he'll go to 2.
Okay, your turn.
Alright, draw for turn. Alright, well that was a pretty good draw. We will begin by...
Is it Bile Blight?
Now Bile Blight all your Hornets. We'll tick up and attack for 4. Put you to 19.
Yep.
And then... Phoenix. I'm gonna say go.
Was the series I wanted you to not do the most. Draw. That was a good draw.
Glad I could oblige. Or not.
That was a good draw. Alright, well, everything at Starkin.
Alright, I'll just trade with this and then flip this down. Kill Sarkin's gone.
Sarkin is dead. So here I want to... You have an Urborg, right?
Yep.
So...
Blight.
No. Well, I guess I could... I think I'm fine with you having that... Yeah, you're fine with having that Brain Maggot in play. I'll play Necropolis Fiends.
Oh boy.
Alright, 1, 2, 3... I guess it doesn't matter that much since I don't have... I guess I still have Whip, so I want to keep... I don't have Nyx Weavers in my deck anymore, though, so...
Sure.
5, 6... one more. 7.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Murderous Cut your Morph while it's down.
Okie doke.
And I will exile 1, 2... I guess 3 cards for that, so...
Sure. Alright.
You're up.
Let's go. 5-0.
I don't want to get 5-0'd. Let's not go 5-0.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's a little awkward. We're just going to go and downfall this guy while he is out of commission.
Sure.
And, this is super dangerous, but I'm going to morph.
Okay.
I never thought I would do this twice. Twice in one match. But I want to be able to unflip next turn and actually get aggressive, and it just fits on my curve a little better. So
Attack the Vampire.
15 to 19.
Yep. Go.
Alright, well, he doesn't have a removal spell, so that's good. It's probably a land. He would have literally cast everything he could have, I think. So, unmorph this, deal 2 to both.
17 to 13.
And I will attack for 4.
13 all.
And then I'll gain a life.
Okay.
Here we go. Alright, we will take 4. 10 to 13.
Yep, go ahead.
I think same deal as last time, but yeah. Alright, we'll just keep attacking. 9 to 10. Just gonna play this and see what's up. I'm almost positive it's a land, yeah. And then we will just use that guy, I guess, to block. And we don't want to block with this one though, so we'll say go.
I'm not winning the race here, so I need to leave back one guy. In case he just takes it and then attacks me back.
Alright, we will block here.
Okay, take 2.
Yep.
Your turn.
That's 8 to 9.
Yep.
Alright, I'll tap, draw. Attack.
5.
Here we go.
Scry.
Yep.
Don't need it. Don't need one of those.
We will take 7 to 5.
Yep, go.
I think that you're dead. Yep. Attack 4.
Block.
Sure.
Do
Morph.
you have lightning strike?
Yep. I'll strike you and then unmorph this guy.
Yep, I'm dead. Okay, I'm gonna play this game and I'm gonna keep this. This is a solid hand. I mean, we're gonna need to draw some stuff eventually, but
I have a Goosey Lucy, but I'm gonna give Brian a shot at winning the game. So.
all right. Well, maybe I can put Siege Rhino into play one time.
Oh no, 19.
And that would.
Are you a betting man?
No.
All right. That was an okay draw.
Yeah, I found with this deck a lot is Siege Rhino is just so good that games where you have it versus games where you don't, it's just an enormous difference. So, fortunately, we have mostly not had it. I'll attack you for 1.
All right. 19 ult.
Yep, you're up.
All right. Go upkeep. I will kill this guy.
Sure.
Go.
Go.
All right. I think Rhino's gonna come down, and it's gonna be pretty bad for me. Maybe not. Maybe not so bad. Bloodsamer, pass. Man, kind of just want to morph my Phoenix, I guess. This is weird. Maybe I was wrong. I actually told Evan a couple weeks ago when we first started playing with Ashcloud Phoenix that you should never morph it, and I think I was just wrong.
I'm gonna play Sorin and make a vampire. You're up.
Okay. I gotta think. I hate knowing that Brian has a freaking Siege Rhino, because that actually is just like hurting my. You take a pain for that, right?
Yep, I'm at 18.
All right, 18, 19. Sorry, I just want to make sure I get that. So like, I have his downfall. I'm not really afraid of Sorin though. Like my hand just doesn't really care about it, but I just need to use my mana more efficiently, I think. So we're gonna fetch for a swamp and downfall him, and probably gonna lose to Rhino.
All right, 18.
And by probably I mean almost definitely. So. Draw. Alright, I will sign in blood myself.
16.
16. And obviously my land comes in tapped, which is super gross. Scrap. Yeah, it's just. I guess I gotta keep it, but it's probably not good enough. You're up.
Okay. Well, I do have it. So
yeah,
I take 2.
No, it was a good bait. I mean, like if you hadn't told me, I would have done that. So that's what I was saying. Like it's just.
I take 2, gain 3, so I go to 19, and you go to 13,
yeah.
and I take you down to 11.
I'm at 11.
You're up.
Draw. So I actually have an interesting sequence over the next few turns as long as he doesn't have anything crazy. So we're going to gain 1 up to 12. We're going to play a Phoenix and say go.
Well, that was, I don't know if that counts as something crazy, but it's pretty good.
Oh boy.
So let's make
one, oh no, you take 0.
Take 0. Caves of Coilus is a 4/4.
Oh yeah, I'm basically just dead.
And
pluck here.
trample
take
over
3, 7, 8, 9 up down to 3.
You're up.
Yeah, we are. This is the game we lose. The lands come in and play tapped. Hurt really, really bad. Let's see if there's a way out. Two, 4.
Seeing how well the deck is performing this game, I mean, I know you had a weak draw, but makes me wonder if maybe just a Rhino Nissa deck is where you're supposed to be.
No, I really, really like Nissa and Rhino. Like, having that much trample power is great.
Maybe you just don't bother with, like, I mean, Sorin is fantastic too. Like,
yeah. I don't think I have an out, so I'm just gonna scoop. I can't see it, so we're just gonna scoop. Like I can, I don't have enough to, like I can Goblin Rabble Master and do nothing.
No, I think you're just dead. Yeah.
Yeah. I can attack.
My hand's really good too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I was facing away. All right. So for the last game, since I'm gonna be on the play, we're gonna bring back in the 2 Sign of Bloods, and I want to try out Anger, but the games go pretty long, so I might see it, I might not. The Lightning Strikes have been pretty underwhelming in this matchup. Brian doesn't have a whole lot to target with it that's relevant other than Sorin, and it still gets a 2/2 flyer out of it. So
right.
We're going to try this out, and then if I draw the Anger, I can sandbag most of my threats and not, 3 for 1 myself or whatever. So, but if Brian has like Mana Guy draw, this card's going to be really good. So, okay, we're on the play here for Game 5, and I have all my colors, but we are very mana heavy and a little slow. But we do have one of the best cards we could possibly have in this matchup, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm not really sure. I don't think I should mulligan. It's really close, though. I don't know. I'm going to keep it, but it's close.
Okay, this hand is pretty solid, so yeah, it's a keep.
All right, lead with Caves, go to 21, and sure go.
I kind of want to lead with my Caves as well, just to say so I can also say lead with Caves, but yeah. I'm going to lead with Elvish Mystic.
Well, that's probably better.
Yeah, it seems a little bit stronger.
All right, so 19 to 21.
Yep.
All right.
My light's going the wrong way.
I don't really want to play this Herb Work, so we'll just play the Swamp and Sign of Blood myself. And we're back down to 19. Draw 2.
19 all.
Ooh, that was good. All right, you're good.
All right, done?
Yep.
Draw. That was a okay. Or actually, that was a bad draw, but I think we're okay anyway.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to scry and bottom that, because now I'm just looking for some sweet old gas.
Sweet old gas. I don't know what that means.
We got our mana in play. We just need the gas.
Go.
All right. Let's just drop this. What do I kind of want to just get... I want to just get this out here.
Actually, no. I'm going to take my turn back. I'm sorry. So I just figured out something that's actually... So this line is actually significantly better than the line I was going to take. So my hand is Downfall Phoenix. And if you have Sorin and Siege Rhino, if I just morph Phoenix and you cast it, I have a chance to just downfall the token and then attack and kill Sorin.
Yeah.
Or just peel like something better. And if you kill the Phoenix, that's fine because my hand still has some good stuff in it. But I'm not sure if... I don't know, it's at least worth talking about, but if you just like play Sorin, I'm in like much worse shape than if I don't morph the Ash Cloud Phoenix. Plus, if you spend your turn killing the Phoenix, I'm completely fine with that because I just want to slow you down.
Sure.
I think this is just better. I apologize.
That's fine. All right, well that actually, so if he had just kept open Downfall mana, then I wouldn't want to cast this. But I think that since he morphed the Phoenix, I'm okay. I'm okay just playing Siege Rhino this turn. Yep.
So you 22 to 16?
Yep, your turn.
All right.
And actually, I'm gonna tap like this.
Yep. That's seems... yeah, definitely.
Well, I have to take a.
You have to take a point if you do that.
Yeah, I'll tap like this. That's fine. Well, I'll tap like this. It's fine.
All right.
I'll not take a point and make you kill my guy.
All right. Gain 1.
So you're up to 17.
Downfall Rhino, attack for 2.
So that puts me down to 20. Okay.
Here you go.
Draw. Okay. I can get behind that.
Oh.
All right. So actually, I have access to 6 mana this turn, so that's actually perfect. So we'll start with Seder Wayfinder.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Well, we'll brick. Thankfully, we still had all these. I'll play a whip.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
Go.
Yeah, this deck has a little trouble against whip, I think. So that's possibly something to think about when you're considering this deck for your next tournament. Rhino is going to deal me a lot of damage next turn, but we can live through it. Take 7, you gain 7, and I can. This guy will hold off these 2, and I can Sarkin, and then if you want to attack that, I can make decisions.
Are you able to? Can you beat whipping back C the Unwritten?
That
No. Sarkin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is fine. I'll attack you for 5. Or 4.
For
sorry.
4. Okay, 16.
Here you go.
Alright, well I think Sarkin must die.
Yeah, we get to protect our life total a little bit this way, since the Siege Rhino's the Sarkin, and we get to eat the elf. So I'm okay with that exchange.
But I may have a different. I guess I'll start with a Seder Wayfinder and see where that takes us. Which way that takes us.
That makes it impossible, or not impossible, but much harder to kill the Sarkin at least. But now you get. Yeah, I'm just gonna lose the whip. So.
I get to hit the land, so then I'm actually still fine to. Now I can still kill the Sarkin.
Sure.
So
sure,
I'm gonna whip back. I think I'm fine waiting a turn on this and just whipping back Rhino because I want to just get Sarkin off the board.
Yep.
So drain 19 to 14, and then I'm gonna send these 3 at Sarkin, so he gets to eat one of my guys.
Yep.
Actually, do I whip? No, I whip back the Rhino. Yeah.
Oh, block here and let Sarkin die, and you gain 6.
Yep, I gain 6, and then
25.
all right, Mystic goes to the graveyard. This gets exiled. So your turn.
Yeah, this is not great.
My hand is pretty strong, so I feel good. If I lose this game, then that's just gross. So
No, I hope you lose this game just so I have
so
the
you
story.
can. Yeah.
All right, we'll sign blood myself down to 12.
Got him where we want him.
Thought sees you.
All right, well you get to take one of these delicious treats.
I don't think I can win. This is bad. This is real bad.
I feel like you probably have to take the Fiend, but I could be wrong. Maybe not.
No, I can't let the Rhino double hit me, I don't think. Because
Okay.
if you get to cast it and then I have to deal with it again, then you get to bring it back again. So.
Yeah, you might just be dead that way.
All right, so this is going to put me at 10, I think, right, from the Thoughtseize?
Yeah, I have 25-10.
All right, we'll take the Siege Rhino.
Okay.
And we will gain a life up to 11.
Okay.
Sure go.
All right, so
Plus, if you want to whip back
see.
Rhino over Hornet Queen, I think I'm okay with that, too.
I think I actually just play the card I just drew. Yeah, that has to be the best play, I think. Llanowar Waste is my worst land, so Nissa. Make this a 4/4. And I think let's see, let me do the math here. So I can whip back Rhino next turn and put you, so if I attack with everything, you take 5 down to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like whip back Rhino. I think that's fine, actually. So I'm going to just...
I'll go to 6.
All right. I'm fine trading a Wayfinder for a damage, and I go to 31.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Draw. Not what I needed.
If I draw a land, too, I can whip and Fiend, which is pretty sweet.
I will pass turn.
Okay. Alright, draw. I did draw a land, but not the right one. So I'm going to use Nissa to make a land that is not Llanowar Wastes into a 4/4, because then he can Bile-Blight them. And then I'm going to whip back Siege Rhinoceros, which did 3 me to 34, and I will then enter combat and attack with my entire team.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm actually exact. He's dead because of the Wayfinder. I have silence, so I can silence the two big guys, and then
Oof.
block here, take
2, 3.
So we're dead.
Okay.
Well, those were pretty close games all
Yeah.
around, which
Yeah,
I
they were
really
actually-
liked.
Yeah, I did too. Like even the games I was super far behind, I was a top deck away.
Yeah.
And even some of the games where I was really far ahead, you were a series of reasonable
maybe
top
a few.
decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whip of Erebos is definitely a card this deck has problems with.
Yep.
I think that was true in Block Constructed. Like all the black based decks, like when we were trying out the Whip strategies or whatever, all of them had to play green basically. Like black green X, like whether it was Soul Tie or black, green, red, or I don't know. Anyway, you had to have answers for Whip because the Reanimator deck was pretty sweet with like Ashen Riders and whatnot, and it's still very good with Siege Rhinos and things like that. So if I don't draw Thoughtseize and you draw Whip, it's pretty bad for me.
Yeah. So from playing these games, I realized that I don't think this deck is actually that good. Which, I mean, it is good to play this match out and learn that.
Yeah.
But I think that there were a lot of things about the deck that were really good.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I was a really big fan of like the deck post board.
Just the
Nissa Rhino.
Yeah.
Soren. Like I really just liked that a lot.
Oh yeah, it seems sweet. I wasn't a huge fan of the See the Unwrittens. They're pretty expensive, and
They didn't do that much. Yeah.
I mean
They hit every time.
Well,
so.
yeah, but like they weren't hitting like they hit like Necropolis Fiend once, right? Or no? How many times did you cast it? Twice.
I hit Hornet Queen both times, and you had William Blight both times
okay.
to wreck me. So
No, the first time
you didn't.
The first time I ground you out with Sphinx.
Yeah,
Not Sphinx.
Phoenix. Yeah.
But what I did learn about my deck is that I definitely need to take the pressure off of my Hero's Downfalls and have a few more removal spells that can actually kill bigger guys.
Yeah.
And I think that the natural answer is just Murderous Cut. It's just what I keep thinking to myself, maybe I shouldn't play Murderous Cut, and then it's always just insane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even that game, like on turn 3, I had 3 cards in my yard already. So on turn 4, I could have just been like, Sign and Blood, Murderous Cut. That would have been great.
Yeah, even something
Fantastic.
like Thoughtseize. Yeah, like even something like Thoughtseize, Sign and Blood, like
Fetch land,
is a 2-mana Murderous Cut,
Yep.
or the Nut Dream of like Thoughtseize, Sign and Blood, fetch Lightning Strike Cut, or something like that. Like you can actually cut them up pretty quick. So
yeah, I agree. So I think changing the deck going forward, probably going to trim one of the Bile Blights for Murderous Cut. I really like Sarkhan. I think 3 is actually the right number, though.
Sarkhan
think,
was good.
Yeah, he was really strong in this shell. I do maybe want to try out... I was actually thinking about Indulgent Tormentor. I don't know how many decks are going to play Lightning Strike, and I feel like that guy... If you just... Like, your opponent can't really edict themselves every turn, and if they're paying life, it makes your cards like Lightning Strike better. You can actually kill them with Sign of Blood sometimes. But I know it's like kind of out there, but it's probably actually just worse than Sarkhan, or I guess maybe even Stormbreath Dragon. But Sarkhan seems like it's better than Stormbreath.
I think vulnerability to strike is an issue, definitely.
Yeah.
I think if you're looking... I think Liliana Vest is actually really good, too.
No, I have 2 on my board. I just don't... Sarkhan just seems so much better.
Yeah, Sarkhan seems better, but it's possible that like you could play both. I mean that's true. Maybe the deck can actually handle playing a few more expensive cards. Although there was that one game where I got these Chandra... the game where I stalled out on my lands coming in and play tapped, game 4, my hand was just like 4 drops. So I don't think having a higher curve is better. I think just having access to Murderous Cuts would have made that game much more palatable. I would have been able to sequence my turns a lot better. And Cut really lets you catch up to, like, you can go, like, oh, my hand's just a bunch of 4s and 5s. You can be like, all right, well, I drew my 5th land. I can play my Ash Cloud Phoenix and still cut your guy.
Yeah. So one thing I might want to try out, I did like the Bloodfell Caves a lot. I thought that it's hard to see just how important that 1 life can be or the 2 life can be over the course of the game, but it just felt good, if that makes sense.
It did feel good, yeah. Like, I wasn't a super aggressive deck, but it still felt like...
Yeah.
It
helped me alleviate a lot of the pain that comes from Thoughtseize and Sign of Blood and the Bloodstained Mires and things like that. But what I was thinking about is that if I do want to play Murderous Cut, I might want to trim 1 Bloodfell Case for not a Terramorphic, Evolving Wilds. Is that which one's in standard right now?
Evolving
Wilds. I always forget which one's which. So maybe like one of those to help fill my graveyard up since they both come into play tapped. But I don't know how much better that is than just gaining a life. Those are like very textural. I don't know. Hard things to figure out.
Yeah, contextual.
Contextual.
That's the word. Yeah.
I'm stupid. Anyway, I like both these decks a lot. I thought that your deck was sweet. Siege Rhino is obviously just absurd.
Yeah, I think it's no coincidence that I did not put a Rhino into play the games I got this demolished, and then I did both the games I won.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's a ringing endorsement for Siege Rhinoceros.
Yeah,
Full name.
Dr. Rhinoceros.
Dr. Siegeman Rhinoceros.
No, it's Rhinoceros Siegeman.
Yeah, Rhinoceros Siegeman. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's all for me and Brian this week. Make sure to check out articles and videos and let us know in the comments what you thought. We did try out the new intro at the beginning of the video, and I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought it was cool. But
we might try that out next week, and I might try to get Brad to do it next time I play against him. But
good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.